Hello and welcome to Module 4. It feels as if we're advancing very quickly now through the weeks and you're taking on an awful lot of information. It's great to see you also sharing a lot of information, challenging one another, and we're really moving at pace through the assignments. So thank you for getting those in. The latest batch have been marked and really pleased with the way that those are going. You've received your feedback and we're looking forward to receiving the next assignments as you work through the programme. It's clear to see that the confidence is growing and the knowledge that you're sharing is absolutely fantastic. I'm sure that you're all benefiting from everybody's expertise and knowledge, and there's some really detailed elements coming through in this group. And we're seeing that leadership is, of course, very complex and everything is interconnected. And as you work through the value chain, through that strategic alignment framework, you're almost adding to that complexity in a way, but really ultimately as we'll start to get and really get to some clarity in the forums, you're starting to question each other, and that's because it's clear that what we know about the programme, thinking through, we're defining 4 quadrants, we're actually effectively introducing a continuum, which ultimately leads to, over 65,000 different combinations, as you saw, and we've identified that where many enterprises may have multiple strategies at play all at the same time, which require alignment. And that's really where there's a need for a programme like this. And in this week, we will start to further unpack what we need to do to define organisational capabilities and architectures. And then we'll look at the abilities that we need, the power of the enterprise, not just functional, but ultimately what capabilities are needed and how to create that strategic value that can be really a source of winning and also leadership challenge. So we really want to help you to address, understand, identify, apply, and think about what trade-offs are needed to be made and what choices are part of that process. So we're going to look at the components of that, and we'll look at what components enable that strategic capability, things like people, technology, and other assets that will be reporting on those elements and thinking about what we need to do to get the desired outcome. And we're going to focus on those particular elements, such as people, technology, as I said. So it will be really interesting to get all of your insights, because not everybody will be a functional expert, but there will be functional expertise within the groups. And I think it's really important for you to continue these dialogues between each other because we've got the diversity across this group, to really really different functional areas. So it will be absolutely and fundamentally important to engage with each other as you've been doing. So many of the we need to be thinking about what could be replicated by competitors, and it's always important to be bringing the strategic alignment framework to think about this, the impact of competitors, for example, on something else we'll also think about this week is the choices and the selections that we might need to make, which would have effectively a value impact on the value chain. So you'll start seeing from this week how decisions that are being made can have an impact both up and down the value chain, potentially requiring a rework of the earlier thoughts. So if you've been keeping a journal, that would be fantastic. And also from an alignment perspective. So let's have a really good and really interactive week, continue to have a really interactive week as we've been having so far, because as we move into these functional discussions and organisational discussions, your insights are absolutely valid. So I'm really looking forward to what this week will bring. Please continue those amazing discussions. Looking forward to your insights, looking forward to the assignments. Speak soon.